Things change rapidly in the IT industry, but not when it comes to the CDN Top 100 Solution Provider list. Again, in the top spot is, you guessed it, Softchoice.
Hi, David Donald, Paul Donald, nice to meet you again.
Welcome to Softchoice.
Hello everyone, Paul Donald here for CDN Magazine. This is Dave McDonald, who is the president and CEO of Softchoice. And Softchoice, for the last 4 years, I believe, has been the #1 solution provider on our top 100 list. And to no surprise, you're going to be again for this year. Congratulations.
Terrific. It's great to be here and great to be on top of the list.
How does it feel to keep going with this momentum, being on top of the list?
Well, 2009, Paula, was definitely a challenging year, and to remain on top of the list, I think, is quite an accomplishment. But underneath, there's lots going on at Softchoice that's changing our business and our strategy.
Okay, why don't we take a look at some of the interesting aspects of your business throughout your office?
Okay,
all
terrific.
Right,
Paula, you're in our headquarters, so
right.
We have over 500 people here
right.
that serve North America. Mm-hmm. And this is the headquarters of how we run the business of Softchoice. And so we have people on this floor here, which is our largest call center, who actually back up and provide customer support for our 250 sales representatives across North America. And our whole strategy is, and continues to be, to provide local engagement, but with the efficiencies of call centers and systems and a supply chain, which makes us the most efficient supplier in the industry. But through local engagement, what we're really focused on more and more these days is to provide professional services, engineering support, pre-sales, post-sales, and vendor engagement, so that we can drive the kind of knowledge and depth of technical capability that a VAR would provide in a local marketplace, but on the scale of a national, a North American sized provider. And by doing that, what we think we're doing is we're really driving efficiencies and effectiveness of technology utilization for our customers. We see virtualization as a huge opportunity. And I think with Windows 7 for the first time, we're seeing the kinds of questions that customers are asking to be very different. Normally when you thought of Windows XP or Vista customers, we're talking about how do they migrate, when do they migrate. But now customers are asking more fundamental questions, Paul. They're saying, should I go to a thin client?
Right.
If I don't do that, should I consider something in between? What virtualization capabilities should I be considering? What kind of servers do I need to support that? And we're really working hard with our desktop virtualization assessment services to help customers through a business discussion first, and then to wind into a technical discussion, because the user's needs in a call center, for instance, are quite different than somebody who's in sales on the road who needs ready access to a spreadsheet or a database on the notebook. And so we're really focused on desktop virtualization assessment, our DIVA assessment, to help customers through that thought process, because we think there's more opportunities than ever before at the desktop, and how it's interrelated to the data center is more critical than ever before.
Has Windows 7 created that demand in the marketplace where Vista just never resonated with the marketplace?
Well, I think there's two things, and sometimes serendipity works, and that is that, Vista probably came out from an economic perspective at a difficult time, because, obviously it did not get the kind of PR we expected in the marketplace. But more importantly, I think people were trying to hunker down and save money in their IT environment.
Right.
Now with Windows 7 being, coming out with growth finally in employment in the United States and Canada, we're starting to see people consider it at the same time as also what are the virtualization options. So I don't think it's Windows 7 specifically. The feedback from customers has been outstanding, and from the industry and the press. But I think really now it's going to be about what are the best platforms to carry customers in the next era of productivity in the environment of our information technology environment. So
2009 was definitely a challenging year with the poor economy, but you seem to weather that storm. How are you transitioning your business for growth areas in 2010?
Well, when we look at 2009, obviously it was a year which we saw some significant challenges on what I call the demand side.
Yeah.
But it gave us an opportunity to retool our business. And so we improved our balance sheet, reduced the amount of debt that we're carrying as an organization.
Right.
But more importantly, Paulo, it got us an opportunity to prepare to get more engineering resources, more professional services folks, and get focused on what we think is the next stage in the ICT industry as it relates to virtualization, and how that'll affect our customers to take advantage of the cloud, and how we take where customers are today and help them take advantage of all the new stuff that's coming out, including Windows 7, so that we can make sure that they are in the best shape for the future growth.
One of the things I always found interesting about your company as compared to others is your unique culture. How are you evolving it with this new generation of IT worker that's coming into the marketplace these days?
You're right, Paula. We've always had a unique culture at Softchoice, and I think one of the things that we focus on is making it a very people-friendly place. In fact, dog-friendly is one of the ways we would describe it.
As you can see, there's a dog right there.
There's one there today, too. And so what we try to do is keep the place fresh and different, and we try to keep it so it's a fun place to work. And so we do things like let people bring their dogs to work. We have beer cart once a month on the fourth Friday of every month. And so what we're trying to do is to engage the employees at a different level, because we think having them engaged and having them have fun at work will make this a lot more enjoyable place to be and make it more focused on the customer.
Right. And you always talk about productivity with the employee.
Yeah.
How do you see the way you have this culture? How does it impact your productivity, and how does that affect your bottom line?
Well, we like to think it's a bit like, a swan on the water, it looks very peaceful on top, but the legs are going like crazy underneath. And so even though it's a very, different culture, we think the hard work and the productivity of the individual is still there, in fact, even more so.
Right.
And, we do use a lot of metrics. We measure the business. We aggressively try and achieve goals, drive to improve based upon our competition. And we think that's led the growth of Softchoice. In the last 9 years, we've gone from $250 million to $1 billion in revenue in US dollars. And we think that's just attributed to a unique Canadian culture tied to, real competitive focus and a strive to overachieve.
Well, there you have it from a very unique individual, Dave McDonald, the President and CEO of Softchoice. I'm Paul Dunningblatter for CDN. Thanks for watching.